Hello, welcome to GODPASDEM Visual Radio. Today is the information show, and as our custom is here, it's our duty to bring you information regards life and living, regards religion, regards the economy, regards personal motivation and inspiration, regards all things in between, to making sure you are on the right track to success and impact. Today, I just want to update us about the latest that happened yesterday when our president himself, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, finally signed into law the electoral reform bill. And it was, there have been a lot of shouting, protests that have been going on when it was when it was rejected, and then yesterday he finally did the needful. But a lot of people also do not know that that was not only what was signed into the law. The electoral bill was not only thing that was signed. Here are seven things that were updated in the electoral law as regards elections coming in the year 2027. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back and relax. This is GODPASDEM Visual Radio. My name is GODPASDEM. I'll be right back in the jiffy. All right, welcome back to GODPASDEM Visual Radio. Here are 7 key important things that we need to know as regards the amendments of the electoral form into the Nigerian constitution. Okay, first of all, I want to let us know that a budget of 873 billion naira, 873 billion naira has been slated or kept for the general elections come 2027. In fact, without even going into these details of the 7 things that we all need to look out for, this amount alone is enough to give us a fair, free and transparent election. Here are 7 things that was updated just yesterday when the president signed the new amendment electoral bill into the Nigerian law. As a matter of fact, we were all crying for number 1, but it goes beyond number 1. All right, but the first one is all that we know, right? Number 1 is electronic transmission of results. All right, electronic transmission to IReV is compulsory. If it fails, the physical result sheet, that is the EC8A, becomes the primary source of collation and results declaration. For me, I have my reservations, even though yes, it has been signed into law. I have my reservations. You said electronic transmission of result approved, and then you are also saying the physical result sheet, that is the paper called EC8A, becomes the next option, or rather, as they put it here, primary source of collation and results declaration. That is, if the are you saying the IReV is going to fail? That is what I want us to actually look into, but we will come to that later, so maybe some other time, because there have been a lot of protests, there have been a lot of agitations regarding the signing of this bill. This was what people knew, or they are clamoring for, all right? But there are other things that follow. So number 1 is what I just read, electronic transmission of result. Number 2 is voter registration. Now it has been updated that documents now required for voter registrations are now narrowed down to only 3, and they are birth certificate, Nigerian passport, and NIN, that is National Identification Number. These are the latest one. Unlike before, they will ask you a whole lot of documents to go and bring. Now it's only 3 you have to bring: your birth certificate, Nigerian passport, and your NIN. Okay. Then number 3 is downloadable voter card. Downloadable voter card. Unlike before, the voters card, which is the permanent voters card, we call it, that is the hard, strong copy that we always have as a voter card, which we take to the polling unit. Yes, that have not been swept away, but while waiting for that, it has now been updated that you can now get a soft copy of that voters card. You know, most of the time there is always this complaint that the voters card takes time, it doesn't come quick and all of that. And but now it is more, you can now go and download once you have registered for voters card. All right, now while waiting for the hard copy, which you all know as the PVC, you can actually go and download your PVC from the INEC website. So that has been updated. Now, number 4 that was also signed into law yesterday is mode of party primary election. All right, now what they are going to do now is there will be a direct primaries, and consensus are the only methods for political parties to nominate their candidate. Direct primaries and consensus are the only methods for political parties to nominate their candidates. That is number 4. Number 5, as also signed in the bill yesterday, was the disbursement of funds to INEC. Remember, we said there have been set aside 873 billion naira for the general elections. Now, how are they going to get the money, and when will they get the money? Now, election funds must be released to INEC at least 6 months. For me, that is fantastic. 6 months, unlike before that it was previously 12 months. You know, and that is what gives room to all the giant players or high players have the opportunity to do whatever they do behind the scene, probably rig the election and all of that. But INEC now have just 6 months to receive the money. So whatever they want to do, they should have already have them planned out. So once the money comes in, they go into execution. Do you think don't you think the 6 months is too short, or do you think we should switch back to the 12 months? Well, we cannot even switch back because already it has been signed into the law. Okay, that is number 5. Number 6, deadline for submission of candidates list. Okay, what is the update now? The update is political parties must submit candidates 120 days before the election day. All right, unlike before, I recall vividly, before is 180 days. 180 days, yes, very correct. Now they are saying it's no longer 180 days. You political party, you have a candidate within your political system or party, and you want to bring it out who will going to represent your party, do it 120 days before the election day. Okay, the number 7, the 7th one, is INEC's final list of candidates. INEC final list of candidates. Now, the update is INEC must publish candidates list 60 days before the election. 60 days before the election. Unlike before, I guess it was 150 days before the election. These are the amendments that was passed into the bill yesterday, signed by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and we all need to take note of all of this. Let me just run through them again. Number 1, electronic transmission of results. That is, the result will go electronically, unlike before we carry paper. But I have problem again with this because they did this holistically state that it is only by transmission. They are saying if the transmission fails, then they will not use paper. Are you saying that? Are you praying that the transmission will fail? Why will it fail? That's my concern. That's my concern. Number 2, voter registration. All right, candidate document required for voter registration are narrated to 3: birth certificate, Nigerian passport, and NIN. Number 3, downloadable voter card. Now you can download your voter's card. Number 4, mode of primary election. Direct primaries and consensus are the only method now for parties to nominate candidates. Number 5, disbursement of funds. Now this will come, INEC will only receive money for elections 6 months before that time, unlike before 12 months that it was being done. Number 6, deadline for submission of candidates. Unlike before, it was 180 days, but now the new law is saying 120 days is okay for political parties to submit candidates before the election day. Number 7 is INEC's final list of candidates must be published 60 days before the election day, unlike before that it was 150 days. So these are the new latest amendments added, signed yesterday. What are your thoughts? What do you think the worry? And for as a matter of fact, this is a wake-up call for every citizen. All right, 873 billion naira is the money that INEC are going to receive for the general election. So it means we don't expect any excuses. For example, the beavers, they should make sure they get quality beavers machines, all right, for the election, for the voting, all right. Unlike the last time that even a copper was manipulating the beavers, trying to there's one we saw at Okota or something like that, it wasn't working where he was trying to even help. All right, you don't help, we don't need the help. So make sure that the beavers are working. All right, INEC should make sure that beavers are working. A quality beavers machine is what we need. They have enough money to do so. All right, then the IReV system itself, the IReV portal should not fail. It shouldn't fail. If you have a problem with your internet connection, hey, come on, that shouldn't be an excuse. Right now, if you doubt the people who have been partnering with you, no problem, you can change partnership. All right, Starlink from Elon Musk is a good one. It's a good internet from the satellite. So there is no failure, except there is other intentions behind the scene that we don't know. But I'm saying internet connection failure shouldn't be a problem. Partner with good internet companies who will give you steady internet without interruptions. Then I mean we are good to go. 873 billion naira shouldn't just waste. It's more than enough for INEC to set up and give us free and fair elections come 2027. All right, so these are the latest updates regarding the law bill that was signed into law yesterday by the president. What are your thoughts? What do you think? Is it a good one? Are they trying to compress important issues as this? Let me know in the comment sections. God bless you so much. My name is GODPASDEM. Thank you for watching. This is GODPASDEM Visual Radio. This is the information segment of the show. I'll see you some other time today. Bye.